Wassail Cardinals. So we're doing yellow electric seed year followed by this amazing 44-hour 55-minute void. So on the 26th at 13:03 GMT, the moon will conjunct Venus and then it will go void for this great long vast frequency time zone. So because it's 44:55, there's something about the ancestors moving into your dreams, changing things, working out new frequencies. So we're doing this slightly differently. We're doing it with instead of going through fire, water, air and earth, we're doing it through fixed, mutable and cardinal. And before we get going, I just want to say that Yellow Electric Seed, 26th of July, is the first anniversary of my leaving the UK and going on this journey with you all. And so I just want to take this moment to kind of ask if you can afford to send me any tips. They will be so gratefully received, because at the moment I'm staying on Olga's sofa because I don't have enough cash to rent somewhere for myself at the moment. So if you can help, please do. So let's get on with this so that we can get through, because I've done the other two and there's been a lot of interference, and this is the last one and I'm very excited. I've left Cardinal to last because I'm not sure what the energies will be with Cardinal. You know, it's about changing things and this is an energy of change. So I feel like much of what will be coming will feel very comfortable for you, but who knows? We're going to begin with a bell and a tune for the Cardinals. So here we go. Nice tune. So let's move that out of the way. We're going through each of the things, going fire, water, earth and air. So we're beginning with Aries. So we're using the runes. And what we're doing is we're putting down an energy for the frequency which you start the year with, then what you're seeking inside the void, and then the energy to take you on the journey throughout Yellow Electric Seed Year. So, Wassail Aries. So, you're off to a fast start. Sound of that car then. So, what is the rune frequency? Oh, there's a couple up the wrong way there. What is the rune frequency? We can't do more than one. So when two cards fall, we have to put them back. What is the rune frequency which Aries starts Yellow Electric Seed Year with? Just before the void kicks off. Oh, interesting. This was Leo. And this is a rune that I'm not sure is going to make it into the deck yet. This is a Gothic rune. And it's very, very different to all the other runes. It's an absolutely gorgeous symbol. But it's to be burnished by fire. Cleansed by fire. It's aether energy. It's to blacken something so that you can polish it up, which, you know, let's be honest, Aries, you know, it's very much a cardinal fire energy. So what are you seeking inside the void? This one's come out before. You're seeking to open your seed. You're seeking. They're reminding me of how sometimes there are certain plants, certain seeds that only grow when there's been a fire and they burst open. So it's almost like the secret of your yellow electric seed year is to let the fires rise within you. And what's the journey, Aries? What's the journey, Aries? What's the journey? What's the journey, Aries? There's a lot falling there. We can only have one. What's the frequency of the journey? That's too many as well. That's 3. What's the journey for yellow electric seed year for Aries? What's the journey, please? There we go. Fire. This is the power rune. This is Quarth. This is the one Reem did. She drank the water and you get super senses. So you're kind of driving fire in this real sense of burning, pushing, firing to break something new within the void. Interesting. So now we're going with Odin en Paris, because Odin's on holiday in France at the moment. So, Monsieur Odin, what do we have for Quatre? Oh, fire, fire. This is Aether. This is Baldur. You are burning like a pharos. I almost feel like you're burnishing off an entire layer of yourself. There's so much light energy coming. So what's in the void? What's in the void for Aries? What's in the void? What's in the void for Aries? What's in the void for Aries? Can we please understand this cardinal void? Okay, so you're plugging into the earth. This is Madur. You're bringing your fires down into the earth. You're wrapping your energy around. It's almost, if you take out the plugging in part, you have Dagaz, you have day. There's this real sense of the energy of spirit pushing like holy fire down. And at the very end, you've got two energies. So you have Odin en français, en Paris. So they're saying it's a splitting open. It's a splitting open. It's an energy of opening up your polarity with fire. To see inside, to break free of old structures. And then again, we're getting this energy, Bilost. We're getting that energy of cosmic light. But it's all this energy. I'm always aware of the fact that that's not a full rainbow bridge. But it's talking about the top 2 chakras. It's not talking, it's got the emotions to communicate, but it's the first energies. You've got to bring this frequency down through your head, and you've got to bring it into your Middle Earth. Now, your Middle Earth would be your sacral. You've got to bring the fire. It's the note B, and you need to pull that energy down. Oh, interesting. So they're saying you're connecting it to Gaia, Uranus, who goes retrograde on the 20th. There's something magical heading towards you on the 20th. It's kind of like a new esoteric wisdom that's coming through. There's a lot of crows. We've got hugging and mugging on both of these cards. That's about seeing a bigger picture, going down into the earth, seeing something in the earth, and then returning it to heaven, going on an exploration of the physical world to bring the light back up from within the earth and to deliver it. So, for these readings, I'm using the Greer deck, and this was my first ever deck of cards that I bought about 35 years ago. And they're very delicate, so I have to shuffle them very gently. So, this Quattro Baldia, this it's divine elfin light. Can we please have something to express this energy of burnished light? Okay. We've got 4 cards. Begins with the moon. Okay, so again, they're trying to draw my attention to the opening of your soul. You have to open your soul. Your soul is opening now. It's almost like the day out of time is the last moment you will remember the old you, because the energies of, and they're saying Mars, because Mars is still acting kind of rogue. So there's some kind of sense of, well, what date are we on now? So it would be August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. There's kind of 8 months, 8 and a bit months, while you're going through the burnishing process. But there's something about a forgetfulness of what you were. It's like being involved in some kind of mystery that's washing through you. There is that sense of shedding of a skin, because lobsters shed skins. They're giving me the number 25, but that I really don't know why, but that might be relevant to some of you. 25 is a 7, is a divine pathway. Oh, and we've got a divine pathway on the card. You're stepping into a divine pathway. You're stepping into a new frequency. It's almost like you've got to attach yourself to Mars energy, because Mars is the only one. It's like you need to push Mars. It's like you're behind Mars. It's not like you're being led by Mars. It's almost like you've got to push the energy, ram into the Mars frequency and drive it forwards until it arrives in the Aquarian stellium at the beginning of April. So now you have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's the emotions of the earth. It's like you're coming... It's very odd. It's telling me that you're coming to dig up the emotions of the earth, the old emotions, the lost emotions of the earth. You're pulling them out with a kind of magma. I get a lot of magma at the moment. But there's some kind of force driving through. They're trying to show me that there's all these choices. There's almost 10 choices. There's all of these energies, all of these possibilities, and yet none of them suit you, because there's something completely new coming towards you. Something new that comes out of the earth. He's kind of representing Mars frequency. You know that behind him the river is blood red, the seas are blood red. It's sort of like burnishing all emotions, pushing fire through all emotions. And when I say fire, ordinarily we would say you are a fire sign, but this is aether. This is the energy of source. This is the fires that burnish and transform. It's like having the power of Phoenix within you. So this cracking open of your seed through the fire, it's like your energy needs to be planted into the earth as if your energy is something brand new that brings around changes. That's really interesting, Aries. So talk to me. Hang on, getting a ringing. I'm getting a ringing of a D in this ear. Something to do with changing the frequency of the sacral in you and others. That's a new one. I've had one in every reading. Yours is the ear ringing one. It's a D. It's the sacral. It's the orange electric seed. But joined with the other, it's very much yellowy orange, happiness, centered soul joy. So you have 13 frequency. You have the death card, death and rebirth. There's something about bringing an innocence to the old. That's that image of that energy of forgetting who you were. It's like all the things you were once, you don't need to be anymore. Look, we've got this red river again. This fiery behind, this fiery energy of this red pouring river. And how he's almost harvesting the energy of the Fool card. It's almost like going backwards and changing, cutting back an original pathway that you went on that hasn't actually led you anywhere, bringing you to a new pathway. Oh, look, star healing. You're being stripped anew. You're being recreated, Aries. You're transforming the world around you. You're planting more seeds. The stars in the heavens here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 small stars and 1 large star. So it's a sense of transformation and change. Taking 7 units, taking 7 aspects of your emotional language and combining them into one that creates this bright, burnishing, emotional ether light. So, and you have, I feel like I need to put another card on that. What's in this seed? What are they searching for? It's all right to say there's a river and that they're going to change and heal, but what are they actually looking for in the void? What's Aries looking for in the void? A break with the past, a complete change from all the trappings, to look at what was completely toxic and just walk away from it. The river in this card is green, it's toxic. There's okay, so they're saying you have a blindness. Again, I was going to say colour blindness because of red and green. You couldn't see the poppies in the field. But it's a blindness to who you were. You're coming into an energy of who you will be. And who you will be is not remotely who you were. You're harvesting your inner truth. What's inside the seeds inside your heart, Aries. It's very strong cardinal energy. There's no stopping you. Now, this life force, this energy is also very much aether energy. It's like all around you are the energies of burnishing, healing, starlight. I want to just say, it's like starlight coming at you from 2 angles to rebirth you, to bring about something new. This crown energy, third eye energy, and then this throat communication. This larger picture. So we have 2 cards. Yeah, look, you're bringing this Empress energy, which is very much Taurian, but they're telling me to look at it as the energy before the Emperor. They're talking about it as being part of your polarity, part of this, the 2 towers either side with the hidden esoteric, the aether light that comes through. They're talking about this Empress. She's got her foot on the moon. She's got control of all the emotions. because that 10, 11 cups have made a complete difference. They're earth frequency emotions that are rising through you as you burnish. So this is what the Emperor is before he's the Emperor. Before he's the Emperor, he's just life. This. Now I get it. This is the energy the Empress uses to bring life to everything. That what you were as an emperor before was a pruner, a gardener. This is about becoming both emperor and empress frequency, the understanding of how to live symbiotically in the world, but also within your heart and within your soul. And you've got the Nine of Wands. This really celebratory energy. It's picking your staff of power, and anything, it's like any boundary, any sort of thing that was caging you in, anything trapping you, it's just like, it's like being like a superhero or an X-Man. You're just burnishing it away. It's like you are Ganesh. You're moving into the energy of just all obstacles cannot stand in your way. It's really powerful energy for you this year, Aries. Really powerful. Again, there's a lot of blindfolding. There's a lot of this energy of being unseeing, not observing who you once were, but being so in balance. And again, we have kind of eclipse energy here. Lunar eclipse, I want to say. There's something about your heart chakra, your lower heart chakra, has to be brought online. We've got a triskelion and we've got a belted Celtic knot. So there's something about, they're showing me the triskelion turning and spinning and becoming like a whirl. It's as if it's got three different colours. It's on the 9 of Pentacles in the Thoth deck, and it's the 2 heart chakras and the 3rd energy that they will become. It's spinning those energies together with this aether burning fire, and then you're moving into the energy. Look, again, you're ending in this wonderful fiery form, this 4 of Wands frequency. It's like you're rebuilding your entire life, no longer on the sand, but on the rock. So all the instabilities that you once used to feel are actually all beginning to form on a proper foundation. It's like before you were a different energy. You were an old Aries, and you're becoming this new Aryan energy, which is, it's like your magical fires are being upgraded. So I'm just going to ask for one last Odin card, because that's very big energy, Aries. Odin, you're going on the most wonderful, magical, I want to say mustard yellow, hot journey to rebirth yourself. There's something about, again, emotions. It's like you're connecting steam in many ways. It's fire and water which creates steam. I mean, they're being a bit rude in my head. I need to ask them about that before I go blurting anything out. Is there something... Because everything else has been very spiritual, and your journey is very spiritual, but there's something about it that's a kind of something a bit sassy going on. So you have to hold a vision, but you have to hold a vision of where you're going to be, not where you've been. Look, this guy's looking backwards. That's the old you. What's the new you that's yet to wake up on the journey of this year? so passionate, so divine, the Queen of Swords. But I am really getting that energy here of Black Moon Lilith. It's about standing in power, standing in your divine feminine love, consciousness, truth. It's Empress energy again. It's in its fullest power. It's like, I know you're a fire sign, but the point of air energy is air energy blows on the fire and increases all your passions. You're going to become a new being, a new powerful, passionate energy of love frequency, sort of very life-giving energy. It's absolutely beautiful, Aries. So that's Aries. Let's pop all the cards back individually so that they don't come out next to each other again. I'm being shown the image of the red rivers, like red blood, like pumping with passions. Naughty Aries. So, naked Aries. Right, okay, so we're going to be moving on next to Cardinal Water, which, as you all know, is Cancer. So let's just get all the cards back and let's see what happens when we move on to Cancer. So, Wassail, Cancer, Cardinal, Water. We're doing this reading where you get 3 runes from the rune deck we're making. 1 for the energy you start in, 1 for what you're seeking inside the void, and then 1 for the journey of where you're heading in Yellow Electric Siege. So where does Cardinal Cancer start their energy frequency in Yellow Electric Siege? We're only accepting 1 card. We're not allowed multiple cards falling for these runes. So, can we please have a card? Oh, you can't have all them. It's a third of the deck. Can we please have a single card for where Cardinal Cancer... No, it's too many. I'm going to rifle them. They're feeling a bit sticky. Oh, they're not sticky. They're really silky and soft, but there was something about the energy held within them that was trapped. So, Cardinal Cancer, where's this energy starting from for you? Can we please have a single rune for Cardinal Cancer? There we go. He says bending one entirely. Where do you begin? Where do you begin? Oh, you begin at the trunk. Yo! Yo, mothers. So, yew tree, magical trunk energy. It's your core. It's also 13. So you're very much starting with cardinal transformative emotional energy. That's too many, sorry. So what are you seeking in the void? What are you seeking in the void, Cancer? There we go. You're seeking freedom. You're seeking to move past energies that have been sticking, holding you stuck. It's Ur, which is wild ox. It's that which is no longer hemmed in, but runs free. It's that which others have trouble catching up with. It's a really nice energy, Cancer. And where's your journey leading you, Cancer? Where's your journey leading you, Cancer? Where's your journey leading you, Cancer? Where's your journey? There's 2, so I can't take them. I would have taken it because I thought there was one, but we just need one energy for these runes. Where's the energy taking you, Cancer? I want to kind of say, they're telling me it's very much a blank canvas emotionally. Very much like a new page this year for you. You are Cardinal, you are emotions, there are new emotions transforming and coming down. It's 2 cards again. We just want 1 card, please. 1 rune. Oh, it's 2 again. I feel like you can't make your mind up. It's constantly giving us choices. Can we please have a decision on where the energy is taking Cardinal Cancer? Where are they going in yellow electric siege year? Where are they going in yellow electric siege year? Was. This is twig, sap. This is energy rising. Oh, that's really interesting. You're starting with a trunk. You're looking for some, I want to say a personal portal. It's a massive portal, but you're trying to find a way to connect your trunk to your roots so that you can grow in the heavens. But you've got to find the light before you find the darkness that draws up the energy. You've got to find the heavenly portal, and then you've got to pull the nutrients up to it. And that's interesting because we always talk about shadow work first. Lenin. Lenin. Baby Osha is getting noises outside. It's upsetting him. So you're looking for the light before the dark. I've never had to say that before. It's always the other way around. But you're Cardinal. I feel like there's an energy frequency of emotions that haven't flowed properly previously. So you're beginning with Odal, Ethel. This is the frequency of a spiritual inheritance. Sorry, they're drawing me to a figure in it that's a little bit like a yellow seed trapped by Mars. Why are they showing me that? It's Ceres and Mars. Ceres has just gone retrograde. Mars hasn't. I feel like there's something to do with your an anger within your a frustration with something within your sacral. There's something frustrating you in your sacral. And then we have wild ox, or what you're searching for. I'm not taking that one because it came out too quickly. I'm going to rifle them, get a bit more energy back in. Feels like there's other people's energies around you, bothering you somehow, Cancer. It feels like someone turned your taps off. And that it's almost like what would usually be that cardinal emotional energy that you can so easily tap into. It's like it's been parched. Oh, that's what that is. It's like you've almost had like a sort of a sacral burnout, and you've got to readjust. That's really interesting. So Cancer, what do we have? We have Awaz. It's talking to me about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Almost like there's a journey of 10 moons. 5 moons to bring you towards, and then 5 to come back down. but there's something about it's like you begin the year with an inner compass starting on Saturday, on the 24th. I'm not going to say the date of it because it could be different where you are in the world. You start with your inner compass and you're going to a new inner compass over the course of 10 months. But it's almost like they're trying to say to me that when we get to the 22nd of August, it's almost like you will want to kind of block out what goes on in the Virgo season. Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries. That's interesting. Everything becomes perfect once you get to May next year. I'm not saying it isn't perfect before then, but what I mean is the transformation gets completed. You're blocking out Virgo season and you're also blocking out Aries, which is when Mars, which we were talking about earlier, finally reaches the stellium. So I'm saying you're seeking a way in which to guard your own portal journey. You're looking for almost how to attach yourself to Mars, to sense how Mars is going to move, and just find an energy frequency of how you obscure the effects of Mars energy during Virgo season and Aries season. But it will reset your inner compass. It's interesting. So Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, it will change when you move into the new Cardinal. That will be, it's like a drive upwards and then the journey back down. So you're seeking something that is coming to you in Capricorn season. So Twig and Sap, what's up? Yo Urwas. So, what's the Odin for was? You actually have two, and I'm going to take it. Oh my goodness. It's friggin' Freya. You've got to love Destiny. That's really interesting. Don't know what to make of that at the moment. But shielding. You need to shield yourself on this journey. As I said, in Virgo season, you need to shield yourself in Aries season. We need to know why. But the yellow electric seed above her head by Aries season is incredibly like halo glow like. There's a destiny, but it's almost like you have to look away briefly from your destiny. Ceres and Neptune, they're not anywhere near each other, but Ceres and Neptune are very close. They're D and E flat, and there's something about, I mean in pitch, not in where they are in the heavens. And they're both retrograde at the moment, and they're the energy of cleansing the sacral as you move through the rest of this year. Once you come through this next part of the year, that's when you move into the energy of Freya's love. So this is about a destiny to self-love. This is a destiny of loving outwardly again. So, Cancer. What's Yo and Oval? Saw the world flash by then. So you've got the Knight of Swords. I'm being drawn to a kind of wall of static with like a tiny pinprick, but it's almost like, it's like Kaun. It's like the energy of like an ulcer almost. I'm not saying you've got an ulcer. I just mean there's a kind of gastric heat going on in your body as this year starts. It's that Mars energy is stressing you out somehow. And then you have two more cards. We've got the Four of Cups. This is a very common card at the moment in this yellow electric seed. There's new emotional languages being brought towards you. Your cups are filled. These cups are completely filled. They're brim full of emotions, but they just don't matter because you're wanting this new cup. As a cardinal sign, you're looking for the empty cup to fill with something new. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, they're trying to show me this double frequency of things you need to mask from, things you need to suit up for. This frequency, Cancer, of Virgo season and Aries season, so that you can allow these two energies to shield and then move you into new frequencies. It's really interesting. And this is the midway point. This is the point where we move from Sagittarius into Capricorn. It seems to have a very important energy for you. It's like once you move past that point, your sacral frequency rises new, and it's really fascinating. So let's dig in to the portal and Aries. So this pathway, what you're looking for in the void. So you're looking to bloom your sacral. There's a real sense in this Queen of Pentacles of autumn. And that's the frequency of Virgo season again. But this is almost like, this is more like Ceres. I want to, they're drawing me to the rust coloured throat area. And the changing, the creation of biome changes, of a transformation of your, not your soul, but of your biome, of the energies of the foods that you place within you. And then there's something here about binding new foods into your diet. Because here the acorns are growing fresh again. I'm going to take another card because they are talking again. It's this continuous energy of these two moments of shielding yourself from Virgo season, Cancer, which is mutable earth, and Aries, which is cardinal fire. So that one didn't come out. Oh, we've got more than one. Oh, we've got three. I'm waiting for another card. I thought there was only one. So we have the Knight of Rods. I'm being shown the image of this in the void of glimpsing a vision of a future you, but it's like half dressed. It's like half the story. It's not the full story. It's like being given an image of a transformation, but you're like a fish out of water in it. There's something incomplete. And we've got 3 knights now. So what needs to be edited, what you will become, but this one in the void is the vision of what possibilities lie ahead of you. You need to ask your spirit team what possibilities lie ahead of you, because it's followed by the 7 of Cups. And I'm getting a sense of emotional confusion still. Emotional confusion. It's like frustration. It's that tap that wasn't turned on. It's that parched energy of the soul again. It's like going into this void where all the emotions stop. And for you, it's going to feel almost more barren than you've ever understood. It's going to be a very unsettling energy, because emotions are your currency. And then you're moving into your sovereignty. As you move through that, you're coming into this new frequency. And there's something rare about this energy. The colours of this card are a very rare energy colour within the deck. She always stands out very strongly. And she's just so refined in her frequencies. She has energies of cornucopia abundance. Again, though, there's green and purple grapes. There's this constant energy of contrasts, of transformations. There's echoes of nature. There's something that you're looking for in this void energy that frightens you or unsettles you, that has echoes in the richness of the natural world. It's like you're going to, I want to sort of say that you will be having a vision of a half-baked solution, and then it's being awake in your own sovereign world that will provide you with the symbols and the images that will show you the truth of the pathway, how to be free, how to move forwards into this new energy. So, twig and sap, twig and sap, twig and sap. This is Frigg and Freya. Frigg and Freya. Frigg and Freya, Frigg and Freya, Frigg and Freya. Right, so we have the Ten of Swords, followed by the Page of Rods, followed by the Hermit. And they're very strange energies. So, there is an ending. And the Ten of Swords is a really powerful frequency. It's a sense of exhaustion. It's like the flow of all your emotions, that tap that was turned off. It's time now for each one of those swords to be removed. I'm being shown footage of stuff going backwards. So as the sap or the blood rises again within you, there's some kind of, it's like a rewriting backwards. It's like dialing something backwards, returning to something old. You've got the Page of Rods. But the interesting thing is the notion of the desert barren landscape here, and then the snowy terrain and the rock. Again, it's this idea of that sinking feeling compared to that sense of achievement. But it's really, the energy is about the power that you stand in. Over the course of the year, your understanding of yourself, of your emotions will return. There will be a growth, there will be a rebirth of emotions. But here, it's like you're slimming down the emotions. I need something else on that. This is not quite making full sense for you, Cancer, but it's got something to do with, it's, so they're saying that the tap that's turned off to your soul is turned off. There's a new tap to be turned on. There's a new frequency that will flow with new emotions. So let's just see. Can we please have a bit more of an explanation on that? There's the World card again. I knew it flashed by before. It's an end of a karmic cycle. So you've got the Eight of Cups and the Five of Wands. This emotional barrenness, this inability to be able to reach your emotions that's been going on for the last year or so, it's time to move away from it. Look, this character here has got the rod. They're moving forwards. They're going into Virgo season. The Hermit is Virgo season. Just go inside yourself in Virgo season, and that will allow you to complete this energy, this world energy. 2021. So the Virgo season is the energy when you go within yourself to fix your sacral, this original trunk, the damaged emotions that you feel inside yourself. Then as we transfer from 2021 to 2022 and you move forwards, it's moving through your natural destiny and into a frequency of love. I feel like there's still an energy missing, because this love I'm seeing as with another, and yet they're not giving me that. They're not showing me that in cards. Right, so is this love with another? Why are you showing me love with another? Why are you showing me love with another? Right, so they're showing me that you can have anything you wish for emotionally, but you have to decide what it is you want. And you have to decide once you've been through this year. So you're seeking change within the void, but it's a half written story. It's like there's a potential, but you have to fill in the missing pieces. You have to line up your emotions. You have to create your wishes. You have to create the vision of where you're heading towards Freya frequency. And that's very Sadir. These two cards are the magic of Sadir magic. How you see a vision and bring it towards you. And then you can have emotionally anything you require, but you have to wait until you get a better understanding of that new tap that you can turn on with a whole different emotional energy. Okay, so that's yours, Cancer. Now we're moving on to Cardinal Earth, which is Capricorn. So let's put the cards back. Put them all back. That was hard. That was difficult to get out. That was like getting blood out of a stone. Oh, and just as I said that, It's like you can't get that stain out. You can get that stain out. I put them all face down so I can't see them anymore. Your reading has ended. Cancer. There's a real sense of relief. I feel like you've been really cut off from your skill, which is emotions. I feel like there's been a lot of energy trying to stop you being emotional. The whole world kind of putting us fix on your cardinal watery energies, which is not nice. So Capricorn is where we're now going. I just put these all back individually into the decks. So Wassail, Capricorn. So Cardinal Earth. We're using the runes. We're going to put down one for the energy as you start the yellow electric siege year, one for what you're searching for within the void, and one for the journey during the year. So for Capricorn, what is the energy frequency in which they begin the year? What is the energy frequency in which they begin the year? What is the energy frequency? That's 2. I can't, I'm afraid, take 2. We can only have 1 for each of these first parts. What is the energy frequency, please, for Cardinal Capricorn as yellow electric siege year opens? That's about 5. What is the energy for yellow electric siege year? It's just throwing up multiple choices. What is the energy frequency? There we go. You've got one. You've got Björk. Poplar tree. You're coming into a brand new energy. Just a complete transformative energy frequency. And it's a divine 9. It's 18 at the moment. So, what are you searching for within the void? What are you searching for within the void? What are you, oh, there we go. Oh, this one, don't know whether this is going to make it into the deck. This is the moon. This is Kusma. This is a Gothic symbol for the letter K. I want to immediately say that the esoteric hidden information is already hidden within your energy. You just have to connect with it because the K symbol is hidden within the Bjarken symbol. So, and what's the journey? Someone else had this as an ending. And I'm not going to read it as such. It's static. It's 12 frequency. It's about putting up a barrier possibly, but I need more clues on that one. So Capricorn, you've got the same opening frequency Baldur as Capricorn, as Aries. So you're rebirthing your inner light. You're bringing a new energy frequency to yourself. It's almost like a complete rewriting of things. So the moon, what's the moon here, this Kusma? What's the moon here, this Gothic rune? Right, the moon is Gipt, Gifu or Jifu. This is to bring something into union. And then we have static. 12, spiritual warrior, inner compass. Well, I'll be really honest with you, Capricorn. I've had one of these with you before. None of that makes any sense. So let me just move myself and let me look at this. It's just not flowing. Your light is there, the union is there, and there's a sense of upwardness. Warrior, Your seed is so complicated. I'm seeing that. There's something inside your seed that's complicated. There's like, I'm seeing a sense of like a whole row of knitting on a knitting needle. Needles crossed, growing, embroidering something new. You're looking for something to do with your tapestry of life. But what? I'm just going to have to go with cards. That's really making no sense. The beginnings and opening is great. So, I'm using the Morgan Greer. It's my earliest tarot deck. It's about 35 years old. So, poplar tree, björk, and baldur. So, you have the King of Swords. He's like the master of the editing suite. He's kind of harvesting life. I'm being shown just going in and cutting down all the hard work you've done. That's a really weird image. It's like a sort of a reset in some way. It's like a redefinition, but it's definitely a backward, past looking frequency. There's a real determination. I'm almost being shown how your poplar tree is, it's like your tree is new and it's at the bottom of a forest and it needs protecting. So, because it's trying to reach the light, but somehow there's a canopy over it, or it's in the darkness. It's like you're only receiving, you're receiving like silver light is what they're saying to me. You're not receiving the full spectrum of light somehow. The energy's there. It's yellow electric sea dew. But there's something about, like a briar, forest or ivy, something has tangled you up. And it's very much to do with your efforts, your work, your study, your everything to do with, like from apprentice to master. I sort of want to say that there's an energy of feeling like you've mastered something, but somehow you're still feeling like an apprentice. Like there's something about the energy. It's like your tree isn't growing. And your cardinal earth, you should be able to pluck it. I need to know why. Right, explain this please. How can we start with that energy? Why is there a stunted tree? Why is the tree stunted? Please, for Capricorn, why is the tree stunted? There's a lot of court cards turning up in these readings, just want to say. So, they want me to show you this first. The king looks backwards, protecting the past, but he's just an apprentice, even though he's a king. When he's a master, he's just a knight. There's something back to front about your journey that you've had so far. It's not saying that it has to all turn round, but the energies are not working together properly. So they want me to notice that the knight has the golden dragon, it has the light dragon, it has the energy of movement forwards. But between these two cards, they want me to show the third card that came out, and that is the High Priestess. She of the Moon, Kuzma. It's like to name a thing is to know a thing, they're saying. So you almost need to find the name of your light, of your higher self, of your personal access code. It's like you need to find a word. You need to find a name that allows your Baldur energy. Choosing, redefining yourself through the frequency of sound. That's really fascinating. Okay, Capricorn, you do me some really hard readings, Capricorn. So, this moon, this Kuzma, I'm going to put those back because I've just put those cards all in separate places in the deck, and the same three cards just fell out that were in the last reading. If they come out again, that's fine, but they didn't feel right. They felt like a confused frequency, and that's what I feel like you're in. I feel like you're in this drive for clarity, and it's not coming. You know, your Cardinal Earth, dig into the earth and break it open. Allow the sword of clarity to plough through the field. So, come on, what's this word? What's this word that you're looking for that gains access? It's coming. It is a clarity. The sword. It's really interesting. It's like the clarity comes to you, the name that brings union between you and the esoteric is what you're seeking in the void. You're seeking a magical sound. And that magical sound has always been around, is what they're saying to me, and that's really not very helpful. Right, there's something about the 8th of the 8th. Your void, you're not going to get the answer in the void. You have to seek it in the void. You might get it in the void, but the clarity will come on the 8th of the 8th because they're showing me a new moon. That 9th cup, that hole, is your code. And the name they're saying to me the name is like a bud. The name is like a word that will open a gateway, a frequency. And yet they keep showing me this energy of blockages. They're saying this is like the clarity. But it's like one needs to be this way, driven into the earth, and then it can rise. There's something about turning things on its head. It will look the same, but it will be completely different. So this card is working as a kind of time lock rune. It's coming across as a form of rigidity, but if it's just brought into another position, it will look exactly the same, but everything will flow differently. It says speak your own truth, speak your magic word, but how do you find the magic word? So I've been given the energy of the passion of the Queen, of fire, of rods, and she's got this energy again. We're really being drawn to this yellow electric energy frequency. But the point is, look, your seed at the end is absolutely full of so many different details. It's like you could pluck any of these kind of like cocktail sausages out and just keep trying all these different words, but they're not going to work until you get the correct word. But how do you get the correct word? Right, so I'm not taking that was all. How does Capricorn get the correct word? How does Capricorn find this word? It's in your past. It's a word that is your power. It's a word you haven't used. It's a word that's been in your life that you've never seen the energy of. It's like it's written, X marks the spot. It's within your sacral. It's some word, name, energy that you already know. It's from childhood, because this King of Swords is looking back to bring and edit that frequency into the now. So how do they find the word? How do they find the word? How do they find the word? You have to look yourself. You have to seek it yourself. You have to face the truth. There's something about, it feels like it's a word that pains you. Oh, my microphone just fell over. They're saying it's a word that floored you. It's a sound that stresses you, and yet it's actually a sound of your true power. So let's move on to this end and see what we get. Please explain 12th and all these fragments within the yellow electric seed. Can you please explain 12, the static, and the yellow electric seed? So we've got, it's all to do with, there's so many court cards, there's so many different energies. Your seed will rise slowly. This is not a quick process. But it's almost like it's a process that's blocking you at the moment. And that's really with your Cardinal Earth. I know I keep saying that. But there's something about it that doesn't make sense. Something needs to turn. I'm being drawn to the fact that there's fragments of pentacles. You know, you've crafted, you've created, but somehow you've not managed to put these two pieces together that are sort of like two separate parts of your life. And it's trapped you. It's this energy frequency again. Two different parts of your life. Again, we've got a king and a knight, and they're facing each other, but they're not communicating with each other. There's an energy in the middle of a kind of warped anxiety because you're not in your power, you're bound up somehow. I kind of feel that you're bound up by the fact that you are cardinal earth, and even for you, earth energy's been almost impossible to break free from. It's been too powerful, because this is a sense of being blindfolded. This is a sense of the light coming to you, but still seeing an energy of confusion. This clarity that you're seeking doesn't grow immediately into the passions that it ought to do. But this is that frequency of warrior, of rebirth, of direction, upwards to spirit. Two swords of clarity in the ground, fixing into the earth, digging through. It still makes no sense. So, I need help. Capricorn. What's the solution for Capricorn, please, Odin? Because it's not very helpful. How Odin turned up. But before Odin came the sun. You have to seek the light. It's going back to that idea that you need to seek the light before the shadows. You're living in shadows. You're living in shade. You're living almost, they're saying, in that energy frequency, you're being tarnished by being a Capricorn. I know that's come up before, but it's a really powerful energy. You're hemmed in by your own life experiences. So, okay. Odin has come in. Look, there's a void eye and a seeing eye. And they have to both be there to see the truth of the wisdom. So, let's just ask for one more rune. Not done this for anyone. Don't tell the other signs. So, what is it that Capricorn needs to understand? What does Capricorn need to understand, please? What does Capricorn need to understand, please? To flow. Flursa. It's like pricking your own consciousness. And this is undoing the static. There's a rune reading that was about these symbols. This is about bringing it back. Don't you tell me who I am. And that's what this was. Being told by others who Capricorn is. Don't you tell me who I am. I complete myself. You don't define me. That's what you're doing. Now it has an ending. So, Capricorn. That's difficult. You might have to watch that again. Not sure I understood it. So, we're moving on to the very final sign. And we're going on to Cardinal Air, which is our lovely Librans. Universal cosmic law, which is what they seem to embody. Don't ask a Libran a question unless you want all sides of the argument. So let's just put all the cards back separately into the deck. Capricorn, you have to stop doing difficult readings for me. That was really hurting my head. Right, so we're all back, it's all tidy, and we're ready to go Wassail Libra. So, Cardinal Air. So, we're using the runes. We'll have a rune for where you start yellow electric seed. We'll have another rune for what you're seeking in the void, and a final rune for your journey through yellow electric seed year. So, I'm denting them all. So can we please have a rune for the energy that they start in. Ooh, Libra. Mirrored souls. You're starting with Yana. Yana. It's to twist two people together. So, what are you seeking in the void? What are you seeking in the void, Libra? You are the sign of partnerships. That's 2 cards. I'm not taking 2 cards. Libra. You see, that's 1 card and it's turned over, and I feel like I've got to put it there. What are you seeking in the void? These are beautiful. These are 2 beautiful runes together. You're seeking Earth Magen. You're seeking your earthly power within the void. You're coming in with the energy of a mirrored soul being around you, and within the void you're seeking your earthly wizardry. And where's the journey of the year taking you? I feel like Watagathal is going to come out. So, what have we got? Ooh, now that's a surprise. You've got ulcer. It's Kaun. It is fire, but it's like a discomfort. The journey through this year, you've got this mirrored soul, you've got this seeking of your powers, but somehow it's bringing you some kind of discomfort. That's fascinating. So, can we please have an Odin en Paris? So we have bliss. You start the energy of this yellow electric seed year in a sense of mirrored soul bliss. What are you seeking? What are you seeking? Your worldly power. You're seeking your Odin magic. Odin. Odin is about polarity. He's about opening everything up. It's about seeking a mirrored soul. It's about understanding your own power so that you can see the reflection of yourself in another, a perfect reflection. And then this ulcer, this very strange ending. What does this ulcer mean? What is this light energy? What is this frequency? Can we please? It's bringing yourself into the world. I want to kind of say that they're now telling me the ulcer, the fire, the spark, the heat is almost coming across as something you're unable to accept. It's like being given everything you've ever wanted and not knowing what to do with it. And feeling, there's a sense actually of, that is it, Libra. You've got to believe you deserve things. Stop doing things for other people. You're going to keep spending this year being put into a state of blissfulness within your own self. But there's some part of you that's going to keep finding that energy so uncomfortable because you're going to want to keep reaching out to help others. And you've got to spend this year, Libra, helping yourself. And maybe helping this other that's coming in. Oh, do you know something? My leg, this knee, I can't undo it like the other one. And I've been sitting here for about 17 hours. I know, that's an exaggeration. So, this twisting together of mirrored souls. Sorry, I need to explain. This is my, this is the first ever deck I bought. I'm explaining this to everybody, but it's a very old deck and it has to be handled very lightly because it's like cotton wool. But I bought it about 3.5 decades ago. And I thought it would be really nice to use it for these readings. So, Libra, can we please understand this twisting of the yarns into bliss? This mirror soul frequency, Libra. This mirror soul frequency, Libra. This mirror soul frequency. What's going on for Libra? Oh, really stabbed those cards accidentally then. Can we please understand the mirrored soul? Can we please understand the mirrored soul? Oh! It's like an overspill. I'm keeping the cards that I knew were already down there. I just want to look at that one that's sticking out. It's lovely, bro. So, and what's that one over here? Oh my God. So, you have the Hermit. You can't achieve bliss, a mirrored soul frequency, until you know your own inner soul, until you understand your own inner light, until you bring yourself into a complete self-loving balance, which is what Earth Magician is all about. You begin with this energy of mirrored souls, but you're not yet ready for it. You're still seeking your inner truth. That's partly because it probably won't become an energy until, I was going to say until October, because we've got 10, 10, 10. It's like they can't tell you enough that it's about 10, 10, 10. Also, 10 is binary code. Binary code is ones and zeros, and that's also that frequency of you and another, you and another, you and another, but being the same frequencies of zeros and ones. So you're unburdening yourself by having your inner truth, by standing in your own energy. As this year opens, you're not there yet, you're still waiting for the unburdening, but you're coming in with this energy of a destined love, a destined completion of emotions, coming together with another. None of the readings have been about that, but as I say, you are the sign of partnerships. So maybe with this new yellow seed, sometimes the house energy is very important to us when we read astrology as Aries being house 1. So let's have a look at your earthly power, your Earth Magian. What are you seeking within the void? Is that you're seeking to complete your Hermit frequency? Oi! Oh. So, Earth Magian. Earth Magian. What are you seeking in the void? What are you seeking in the void? What are you seeking in the void? I've got 2 on my wrist and 2 down here. Your earthly power is to be harvested, but it's as a new passion. It's feeling like that, this energy of the polarity between Odin. There's no connect until you can find your Earth Magian power, until you can find the dot within your soul that is your absolute hermit truth. You've got all this 10, 10, 10 frequency, you've got this spiritual awakening energy, but you've got to seek something within the void. There's something about belief, there's something about the failure of the harvest in the past and then being hesitant about moving forward. That's this ulcer thing again. So we've got 7, 7. turning around and bringing in new kind of energetic movement. But again, I'm being drawn to the black and white horse. I'm being drawn to the opening of polarities. You know, this space between two souls can only be fixed, can only be brought in, even though all the energy's there, if you can bind yourself together so that you can then bind with another. There's a lot of moon energy in this chariot. And you've also got the card of a happy home, but I feel like you feel that you can't reach that energy. It's like it's too distant and you can't pull yourself towards it. It's like, look, there's no, you can just walk there, but there's something about wanting to get there too soon before you get your Earth Masion power, before you understand your full truth. So let's go on to the future. This inability to believe in your own worth. You see, that's going back to this. Are you going to spend a whole year not believing in your own magic gorgeousness that's bringing all this wonderful energy of mirrored souls and bliss, because that's what you're starting with? Or are you going to upset the apple cart by not believing that you deserve it, Libra? That you need to go and help someone else find it. You need to do things for you. So what have we got here? Yeah, they're showing me 5 of Swords clearing up after everyone else's shit. Why'd you keep doing that? You know, it's like you're being used as like a relationships counsellor, and actually you just need to be like, I'm doing my own thing at the moment. You've got to stop reaching out for others for a moment and look for yourself. There is your gateway. There is your new beginning. There is that bliss that's promised, but you've got to call it in, Libra. You've got to believe in your own worthiness. I want to pick this up and say, thy, what belongs to you is your own bliss. Oh, just folded that one in half. So can we please have a little bit more of an explanation about this self-belief? 2 of Pentacles. I want to say he won't look me in the eye. I want to say he needs to change things about himself, but he won't look me in the eye. And it's almost like this boat in the background, this mirrored soul, this bliss, he's just letting it sail past him, Libra. You can't do that. You've got to accept that there's this energy that's meant for you. You have to change. You've got the 1 and the 2 of Pentacles. It's about a natural progression through life, but you can't catch that ship if you won't turn around and look at it and call it in. You've got to be the Pharos beacon to call in the energy so that it doesn't get shipwrecked or hit the rocks and fall apart. So can we have a little bit more of an explanation on that? Oh, that's more than a little bit of an explanation. It's loads. So they're wanting me to kind of mock you now. You've worked so hard at that heartache that you don't want to let go of it. And then they're showing me, which way round do you want me to put those? Sorry. They're showing me that this 99, it's about passions within the earth, passions and belief in yourself. She is the ultimate single woman, and he's like the ultimate single man, and they're not looking at each other. It's like the power couple that can't be. And that's because you've worked so hard, they're saying, on the exquisite pain of heartache that you can't let go of. You've got to let go of it. You've got to change the tune or the bliss is just going to sail past you. So you then have temperance, to temper your emotions. And once you've sorted out those tempered emotions, you become the Queen of Cups. You become the Venus style of energy, Freya frequency, that is, you know, this is House Libra with Venus as your ruler. You're being given a chance for this energy frequency of love. I'm just going to ask for an Odin at the end, because we need like a little push for the end. You're being told what to do. Get your own Earth Masion powers in there. Work out how to shine your inner truth. Be a beacon of light to attract, you know, your mirrored soul. But you've got to believe you deserve it, Libra. So can they have a little bit of advice at the end before my legs fall off? There's a little bit of a lot of advice. So look, you've got Petro, and you've got Ran. It's like you have the option to capture the soul that should be with you and soar into the cosmos, or you've got the chance to just get tangled up in the old frequency of pain that you've worked so hard on. They're just saying it's a simple choice. You're being offered cosmic bliss with another. Cosmic bliss. To be completely entangled in the soul of another and not completing each other but complementing each other. So can we have a last message please for them from the tarot? What's coming for Libra, the Cardinal air? Because there was all that lovely stuff at the beginning. There is the most beautiful stuff coming, but they're telling me you've got to be more cardinal. You've got to change your thought processes. You've got to stop creating your own tower moments. You've got to stop shutting yourself out from the love that's coming in and become these frequencies, these emotional, passionate frequencies for you so that you can bring that energy in. It's beautiful, but you've really got to change your belief system. You are cardinal air and you have to break that old pattern. And there's your holy bells. And it's some kind of hour of change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know what the time is. 6. Is it 7? 7. Is it 8 o'clock? 8 o'clock? Is it 9 o'clock? It's 8. It's change, Libra. Anyway, it's a beautiful energy. If you can learn to connect with your earthly inner Earth Masion power, love yourself, and you will pull another towards you to love. Break that pattern, Libra. It's time. So that's it. We're through with Yellow Electric Seed Year. So I'll see you hopefully soon with a full moon and Aquarius reading. Wassail.